Welcome to Feng Shui Your Day. We'll discuss topics to get your home and your life in order that makes sense. You'll hear simple solutions to live with less stress, leading to productivity, better relationships, and so much more. Kathryn Wilking, our Feng Shui coach, helps you to create a life you love through better function and flow. Join us for this episode, and you too can have a Feng Shui day. Hello, welcome. This is Kathryn Wilking at Feng Shui Your Day, and I have a very special guest today, Sharon Hunt. How are you, Sharon?
Aloha, Kathryn. Aloha from Kauai. Thank you for having me. Lovely to be with you.
I'm delighted you're here. I'll just do a brief introduction for you, Sharon. You're also known as the Reset Queen. Who knew? It's Sharon here is an intuitive teacher and healer with over 30 years experience for her expansive and powerful work. So drawing on global experience and a diverse background, Sharon's work incorporates the quantum and beyond healing techniques of Theta healing. And it's a Native American perspective on the sacred and Hawaiian mysticism. Her teachers include the Native American teacher revealer Kachi and Vayana Stibble, the founder of Theta Healing. Because of the broad scope of her training and abilities, she offers a unique combination of healing approaches, specially tailored to each individual. She's worked with all walks of life, children, animals, teens, couples, and even Hollywood A-listers, anyone seeking their path of transformation. What I like to do is when I get a new guest is to find a segue between Feng Shui and our guest. And Feng Shui encompasses so many different things now. It embraces different types of energies in ourselves and the environment for cultivating growth, abundance, and opportunities, shifting energy and sifting through the cryptic messages to find what makes sense. Moving from tangible forces to cryptic messages and beyond reveals another plane, a spiritual realm to find these answers. And that's where Sharon comes to us today with an abundance of energy, an energy that tells us so much more from a healer. Okay, Sharon, I cannot wait to hear about your background and how you became an energy healer and spiritual coach.
Thank you, Kathryn. Thank you for that introduction as well. So I am now 30 years into this kind of healing world. And of course, like all of us, we transform and grow and different teachers and influences. But by nature, I've been a seer kind of all my life. So I could see into the unseen world as a little child. And teaching was always my absolute favorite thing to do. I remember when I was a little girl, all I wanted was a blackboard, and then the flowers in the backyard were my students, and I would teach them everything that I would learn. And I always felt like passing on knowledge and teaching people is the most empowering tool that we can share. And so my life, it's a combination of so many things. And how I came to work with Kachi was she's a very revered, she's passed on now, but very revered teacher and revealer, and sets the direction of the planet, actually, according to her tribe. She was trained for 40 years. So she taught me how to make a sacred space, how to make a protected energy, and what to do with that seeing ability for people. And then it went on to life unfolding into coming together to Theta healing, which is really the foundation of what I do. What I'd like to share with you here today is how easily we can access our own brainwaves and to create that clearing internally, externally. When we speak about Feng Shui, it's we want our inner space and our outer space to feel that fluid flow. And so how can we use our brainwaves to bring that about as well? I'm happy to share all of that with you. And maybe we can do a short guided meditation on actually clearing the space. So that would apply to all of your lovely audience as well.
How wonderful. How wonderful. So you've been in Hawaii for your entire life?
I was born and raised in Iran, actually. I'm Persian originally, and I had to go through a very difficult time of transition and leaving there post-revolution and coming to the States. I've been all over, kind of in different parts of California, Colorado. I've been in Kauai, luckily, the longest time of my life. I've been here for 24 years. So more time here than anywhere else. Yeah.
You found your space then, haven't you? You found where you
Absolutely.
belong. So, what's changed in the last year with the COVID and restrictions, and why are more people seeking your services at this time?
Well, first of all, everything's gone online. So I feel like in that way, we're so much more accessible than we were before. Everybody used to be so much more limited to what's in their geographic location. And now we're kind of global with everyone and everything. We're accessible through this kind of situation. So I've taken myself on to online classes and just doing a lot of online work. But I feel like what's happened, of course, is we all got really pushed into our internal space. And so we got to really see what doesn't work. What are the blockages inside, in our relationships, in our environment? I'm sure for you too, it's been a big growth because people could see in their homes, like, this doesn't feel good. How can I make it feel good? And I feel that as we're growing, not just due to all this, forced kind of energy that we got pushed inside, but we are, as a humanity, we're really rising in consciousness and we're growing. So we're really getting to see what isn't working and what can help us to flow better. And I think that's been very expanded in this last while.
I agree, because there's still a lot of people that don't want people in their house. And it doesn't mean it's all about the germs. It's just like, you can't come in here. There are people are drowning in Amazon boxes and, laundry and eating. We're going through so many dishes. Two of us having 3 meals a day in the house. It's like, where did all these dishes come from? I don't know. It's a real shift for me too. That's crazy. So moving a little bit forward, like in Feng Shui, we have layers too. And we begin with the tangibles and shift furniture and decor, and then observe the cryptic messages and shapes and colors and images. And yes, there's a deeper level of call that's called intention. And where that mindset energy comes from, we call it the 3 secrets in Feng Shui, with your body, your mudras, your mind, and your intention in the speech. And that's how you're going to get a positive outcome. So tell us a little bit more about how people are working with you and what are their needs and how do you get them into that spiritual zone to help them?
So the simplest is to actually teach how to access the theta brainwave. We all have brains, so we all have brainwaves, and we don't really, we exercise our bodies. We don't really think about how could we train our brain and exercise our brain per se. I mean, we do things to work our brain, but that's kind of so just a really brief talk about brainwaves. When we're communicating back and forth and trying to understand and observe and listen and, categorize, we're in the beta waves. And those beta brainwaves are what we spend most of our awake hours in, because even if we're exercising our brain, we're trying to work it harder and figure things out and things of that nature. It's more beta. When we calm down, when we do deep breathing, when we go to a body of water, when we kind of access that more quiet, a little bit more meditative state, we slow down our brain waves. We go into the alpha brainwave state. And this is what Reiki masters use. It's good for pain relief. It's really good for finding objects that, when you're frazzled, you could kind of calm down and it'll come to you. So slower than that are the theta brainwaves. And that's our focus. Is that space, because it's the most creative and co-creative space. And it is the space that you naturally are in right before you go to sleep and right when you're waking up. So it's that kind of in between state. So if we use that and train our brains to go into that theta brainwave state, not because we're going to sleep, but because we're actually commanding it, I call it our vertical highway. We're connected to the earth and ourselves as these pillars of light, and connected to all that is, whatever anybody considers that to be, to It could be spiritually spoken, scientifically spoken, religiously spoken. It's, God, spirit, goddess, all that is 0 point energy, but essentially we are conduits. So as we connect to that source, whatever we consider that light of all that is, we actually are in a theta brainwave state. So when we are there, what do we do with it? The beauty of this is like it's instant meditation, and then you're bringing that light right into your self and your verticality, clearing your inner space, and then bringing it into your field, clearing every object, all plants, pets, everything that's in your field, including people who are willing to receive it. And that's just one exercise. That's just but that's the one I'm hoping to share with you today, because I think it'll really help. And it helps a lot to do this before you go to sleep as well, because it'll allow a deeper rest state, as well as really dropping off the day before you go into your nighttime, because a lot of times our nighttime ends up being the completion and processing of what the day carried. And a lot of people watch TV before they go to bed, and there's some people watch the news before they go to bed, and it's just so much processing going on in the brain. So what we really want is to go into that space of oneness, if you want to call it that, to that space where we are part of the light of all that is, and can let go of these things that kind of are cumbersome and are holding on, or we're holding on to, and then when you do that, you go into the deeper brainwave states like delta, which is when you're deep asleep, and that's really when our spirit and soul is rejuvenating, right? So a lot, if we're not sleeping well, we're not getting that deep state of reset, as I call it. Yes. So I'm all about the reset.
Good point. Okay, we've got about 2 or 3 minutes here. If you would like to give us an exercise here, Shirin, I would love to see how this magic works. Does it work that fast?
Absolutely. Let's do a brief zipping in, and I'll be happily guiding you into the theta state. So this is, again, new to a lot of people. So you just kind of need to trust me and go along, and we're just tapping into the light of all that is. It's important that the words you use that are silently spoken inside yourself are the words that resonate with you. So if I say anything that doesn't resonate, just change it to what works for you. But yeah, we'll start by deep breathing, gently closing our eyes, and you don't have to, but it's easier to focus on our inner space when we do that. And breathing deeply in from your nose into your belly, and big sigh out. Using your imagination and feeling the inner flow of your body, breathing into your belly, continuing deep breaths. Feeling your body on this earth, and really feeling yourself connecting with the earth and sharing your love, your appreciation, your gratitude for this Mother Earth. Giving your love and drawing earth energy up into your body, really feeling it come in, revitalizing your body, your cells, energy going into your legs, all the way up into your hips, all your organs, feeling yourself tall, like a tall tree, rising out of your hips, feeling spacious, energy rising up. Imagine a tingling in your crown. Using your imagination, visualize, sense, or feel a vertical pillar of light all around you. And through it, safely take your attention into the purest, biggest light. Imagine yourself going far away from the chaos and the noise, and deep into a space that is the brightest light imaginable. Letting go in the light of Source, Creator, God, Goddess. Silently repeat this command. Creator, it is commanded a clearing of my space and the entire space all around me, including all objects pets, plants, and anyone else who's willing to receive this clearing. Thank you. Allow me to witness this now. And now breathing deeply, feeling light arriving in through your crown, showering your entire physical form, spiraling, spreading out into the field around you. Your energetic being receiving clearing. And witnessing big spiraling movement of clearing energy going through the entire space you are in. All objects, all plants, pets, everyone and everything willing to receive it. Getting a deep clearing from source. Continue breathing deeply, witnessing the clearing process. And when you're ready, imagine rinsing off in a body of water that allows you to feel refreshed, clear, and grounding your refreshed energy from your crown down through your body, rooting and grounding through your feet, connected to the earth, loving this Mother Earth. And drawing your energy up into your heart center and gently opening up your eyes when you're ready. So that was a very short, quick exercise. It could go on for minutes and minutes if you want to really deeply witness the clearing of every object, specifically, crystals and energy holder objects that hold a lot of energy. You want to really keep witnessing that, however way you witness. And some people are seers, some people hear it, some people feel it. You just really want to witness that light coming through every object, every plant, all pets and humans, if they're willing to receive it. We can only do things with permission. So that's the exercise. I hope it's helpful.
Wow. Well, that was lovely. Thank you so much. And yeah, I got some tingles. And just a side note, when I often have the time to have a deep meditation, I often just peel off into outer space, and it's so much quieter out there.
Absolutely.
So learning to do this with this pillar, I usually take a flying carpet and do a couple laps around the earth before I head up there, but that's for another day. That's for another day. So Shirin, we're just enjoying you so much. And how can people find you and work with you? Do you want to just elaborate a bit on that?
I would love to. So the easiest way to work with me, Kathryn, is my weekly classes. I go live every week, and it's called Ready, Set, Reset. And it's to really reset you for the week, to get you, we do a deep clearing to start. It's a little bit deeper than what we just did. And then we have a focal point where we are, so in that theta space, we could download or instill energy and feelings and what we're missing. So we have a focal point, and then we end with a manifestation in theta, which is really bringing that light in and seeing and feeling the manifestation as present already. So it's a way to keep everyone on track with your path and your movement forward. I also do private sessions. There's a lot that I do. And if anybody'd like to go to my website, resetqueen.com, under work with me, I have audio CDs, I have private retreats. There's a lot of ways to work with me. So I'm happy to open that up to your lovely audience.
Awesome. This has just been so delightful. And now who wouldn't want to retreat in Hawaii, right? Now, the interesting thing about Shirin, which I've just found out, is that she has couples retreats. You and your honey can just, the two of you go and have your own private retreat. It's like those couples massages or different things here. Then she can take care of you so easily. I just want to, there's two other links that We've talked about
Yes.
here the
Yes.
resetqueen.com subscribe. So that's for
Yes.
your newsletter, is that right? And the resetqueen.com /reset.
Yes, so I'll tell you briefly about that. And first of all, I want to add for the couples that I also do vow renewals, and I'm an officiant. I can do weddings, and I cook gourmet food for the people. So there's a lot, and we live on a botanical park, so there's waterfalls here.
I'm coming.
I hope you come. I hope you come. For the two gifts that I have, one is on my resetqueen.com /subscribe, and subscription is free. It will give you a new moon email every month that's influences of the new moon, and a full moon email, as well as a gift audio, which is of clearing your space, the guided meditation for what I just did for you in a little bit of a deeper, a longer way. And then the other one, which is resetqueen.com /reset, that will give you a gift of the mini reset toolbox. And it's just tools for when you really feel off and you just need somebody or something to help you get your center again real quickly. So there's a toolbox that's my gift for you as well on there, as well as information on Ready, Set, Reset, which is a very easy way to really get empowered and activated.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Shirin, for joining us today. We've been talking with Shirin of the Reset Queen with fantastic insight about her inner healing that can take you to the next level. Be sure and check out some of these links and pick up these gifts. It sounds like they're so amazing. I'm going to go in and get my toolkit for sure. And you too can experience this rebirth and new heights in your home, your business, and of course, your journey through life. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us today. You've been listening to Feng Shui Your Day with Kathryn Wilking, discussing practical solutions for life's issues and stress-free living. Be aware of your environment, take charge, and above all, love your life. See you next week.